right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
grandmas and grandpas,
the mamas and the papas.
That's right. Bears, antelopes,
the
all
mamas
sorts
and the papas,
of animals.
or any other oldies bands that happen to be listening and watching the GSL today.
Yep.
You see on the left of your screen oGsTheWind drinking some unsweetened green tea in preparation for his match against the fellow on the right.
He's going to
Mr.
town on
Xenex
that
Kyrix. He is going to town on that tea.
Yeah, T-Town. Next door to Marine Town.
That's right, just up the road.
That's right. Around the bend by the old Miller place.
The winner of this match stays in Code S, or rather, stays in Code S, because both of them were previously in Code S. And the loser is going to go down to Code A, where they will have to fight for their right to partay.
It's a party in Code A, too.
Yes, it is a pretty cool party in Code A. And there is a lot of good players in Code A, so it's a very difficult bracket to be in Code A regardless. As you can see, our maps today, Zelnog, Fortress, Dual Sight, and Metalopolis are going to close out this last best of 3 for the group. And it's going to be exciting. I'm really excited to see what happens.
Yeah, now, we were kind of talking about this before the break where oGsTheWind, he knows the game so well. I mean, you know, we said it before, but he is the coach for OGS.
Yep. He does a lot of analysis.
That's right. He helps other players get better, and OGS has produced a lot of good players. MC, of course, winning 2 titles. Inca going on to possibly win another title. Although OGS is not really known for their Zerg players quite.
I'm having trouble thinking of their Zerg players.
Let's take a look at the game, though. Who's going to come out on top? All right, here we have the coach for OGS. He is our blue Zerg, known as
oGsTheWind.
And I thought that OGS just stood for Old Generations, but I think it's actually Old Generation StarCrafters.
Yeah, Old Generation StarCrafters.
I didn't know there was that 3rd word, but here is a player who only has 2 words in his name. He is
Xenex
Kyrix.
Yep. Old Generation StarCrafters. A lot of old school Brood War players started OGS when StarCraft 2 was out, such as The Wind and Nada, of course.
Yep, that's right. Gone. OGS gone. He's a coach as well. And thanks to LG Intel and G-Skill for promoting esports. We love you guys. Now, for those of you who don't know, since we're talking about team names, Xenex is actually a combination of 2 clans, of the Zenith clan and the Next clan. Yeah, just in case some of you are a little bit newer to the Korean scene. That's why some players have Xenex in front of their tags, some have Zenith, some have Next. The wind will blow you away. I think it's quite possible.
The wind is a force of nature once it gets rolling.
He is an F5 tornado.
Is that a big one?
That's the biggest, man.
Okay.
That's the biggest.
So both players going for an early spawning pool, by the way. Almost exactly the same builds. The Wind doing a little extractor trickiness to get a little extra drone out, but they've evened up now. Both players getting Zerglings out, and Kyrix deciding to go for defensive, putting his Zerglings on the ramp and getting a Queen out and deciding to just hold his ramp and drone up a little bit.
I should specify that would be an EF5 tornado if we're going by the enhanced Fujita scale. But we'll see how much damage he can do, then we'll evaluate it later. Storm Chasers out there got that joke. Kyrix playing, like you said, very defensively. A very different style than we saw in his last couple games. And I actually like that. I love that he's kind of switching things up a little bit. Going across the map now, though.
Yep, chasing his Zerglings across the map. The Wind is going to have to play a little defensively this time. He's got a Queen in position to help out with the fight on the ramp if need be. And there they go up the ramp. He's going to turn at the ramp. No, he's going to let him come all the way into his base.
Oh.
And scared off with that Queen. That Queen's pretty huge. I mean, if you think about it, if I was a Zergling, I'd be pretty afraid of that. Well, actually, Zerglings probably know no fear. But anyway, couple Zerglings sneaking in. Get a drone.
Oh, wow.
Are they going to get 2? No.
Nice little bit of scouting information. He does see 1 gas, 1 pool, and no other buildings. I always have a hard time taking the Queen seriously because they have Milli Vanilli hair.
What?
Yeah, they have like the funny looking dreads.
Oh, I guess I can see that.
Yeah. A little bit. A little bit.
The Wind playing defensively and droning up and getting a Baneling nest and speed for his Zerglings. So he's probably going to try for an early attack here. Kyrix, on the other hand, just getting out a second queen, getting his Zergling speed a little bit later. Not sure what his plan is for this situation. Is he just going to go mass Beatlings?
Yeah, I don't know. Now, as I remember the Wind, and I haven't seen a ton of his games lately, but I remember him being a bit more of an aggressive Zerg. Very solid, but he seems to kind of prefer to be more aggressive rather than defensive and responsive. You kind of need to do each in certain situations, but in general, that's what I remember. I'm sure if I'm wrong, people correct me. But Baneling Nest finishing now for the Wind?
Yeah, I don't personally remember the Wind's ZVZs that much.
Yeah.
But now we do have a Baneling Nest coming up for Kyrix as well. It's later, and there's some Banelings morphing.
Oh. Kyrix almost catching those Zerglings a little bit out of position there. Now, the nice thing with the Banelings, what you can do is just basically move action them from your base all the way to the mineral line of the opponent and just not worry about them. Because at that point, it's up to the opponent to pick those off with individual Zerglings, and you can just do other things. That's exactly what the Wind is probably doing right now.
Well, you want to control them a little bit if you can. And he's sneaking some Zerglings in. He might get some more drone kills. That is a lot of lings. The two queens are going to have to spend a lot of time cleaning that up.
Does get one or two.
And
maybe got two. Oh! Take out a huge chunk of Zerglings.
Oh.
That army is much smaller, down to just 5. There are some Banelings there, but the queens are going to be okay. Oh, is he going to get the Banelings?
Oh!
Wow!
Slaughter by the Wind. Taking out tons of Zerglings and all the Banelings with just a few Banelings of his own.
Yep.
And it looks like this time Kyrix is going to come out a little bit ahead.
That was good for Kyrix. Yeah. That's the thing, is that 2 Banelings take out basically anything. So you can use 2 Banelings to take out an infinite number of their Banelings, or really 1 Baneling to take out an infinite number of Zerglings without the upgrades. Here comes Kyrix again, though. He's going to try to push. Spine Crawlers in the back, though.
Yeah, kind of an interesting little thing that the Banelings kill Zerglings in 1 hit unless they have 1 armor, in which case it takes 2.
2 hits, same with drones. Yeah, that's why +1 armor is actually really handy to get in CVZ.
Well, the drones are actually 40 hit points, so it takes 2 Banelings to kill them. That's why sometimes if you see 1 charge in and explode, there's like a ton of drones with red health. But hold that thought, the Wind going in with some more Zerglings into the main, and Kyrix trying to counter.
Those Spine Crawlers there. Oh, and the Banelings. The Wind defending easily.
Is he going to pull them? Oh, he blows all the Banelings on the Queens, which is still alive. And the Wind taking out mass drones.
I think Kyrix is in trouble here, and that is a huge understatement. Because this is going to be the end of the game.
I think Kyrix is in dead here.
Yep. And the Wind taking the first game, shake it out. Relax, you've earned it. He's 1 game away from being back in Code S, and Kyrix is 1 game away from being down in Code A. How about that?
Some really, really nice moves there by the Wind, running the Zerglings into the main when he wasn't expecting it. And Kyrix a little bit poor, either poor control or poor multitasking. Well, letting a lot of his units die to a few Banelings. Yeah. Letting the Wind get a huge lead, and that's why he was able to run those Zerglings in there. It's because he had that, extra Zerglings that Kyrix didn't have.
That's the tough thing about going up against a player like the Wind, is that he is aggressive, but yet so methodical. He knows exactly when to be aggressive. He knows the timings. He keeps an eye on everything that's going on the map very, very well.
And that could have been very different, too. I don't know if we got a shot of it, but for a moment we did see the health bars. Those queens that were blocking the Wind's ramp,
a little bit low.
They were very, really low. If there was a couple more Banelings, would have killed both those queens, and he might have been able to land those extra Banelings in the mineral line or something like that and trying to even things up. I think the Wind still probably would have won in that situation, but in any case, Game 2 is going to be on dual site. Battle of light versus dark to see who will come out on top. Will the Wind be able to secure a victory into Code S, or will Kyrix take it to a Game 3 to continue his chances? Let's find out on dual site.